Oh, wow. Good afternoon. I certainly hope and pray that all is well. I didn't expect so many people, so let me turn it this way because it's so bright. All right. Anyway, we're just gonna talk a little bit, like I've been talking. So, talk a little bit more about the situation that I have endured from this lady who raised me and her family. Not so much her. Sometimes I'll be sitting here like, is she really dead? Is she really, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, for real? Okay. But anyway, when these people, her family members, now, I believe I have questioned it, and I did say that I know my father played some role in this. I just didn't know what. Okay. I think the lady who raised me, though, I think she went rogue. Okay. And was kind of doing her own thing. Okay. I don't know. I think she might have violated something, some kind of whatever the agreement was. If it was some kind of NDA, which it probably was. But nevertheless, whatever. Plus her own, whatever, honey. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I kind of do care, but I kind of don't. But one thing that they were doing, this is like when I was had my first YouTube channel, when this Bleeding Z bitch and her fucking family members, who I thought were cousins, when they were doing a lot of dream infiltration, just a lot of the black magic, and that she still tries to do herself or elicit people, paying people, whatever. One thing that they did was, because I don't know how any of this shit works. I don't do any of this shit. But one thing that I experienced was they would put something, some kind of way, spiritually on my chest. And it was itchy. So one time, I was sitting at my dining room table. This is when I was living in my grandmother's house. And I saw one of the bitches, Bleeding Z, her sister, Monique. I saw her come and put the shit on my chest. Immediately, it started itching. And I was like, what the fuck is that shit? Okay. Well, a couple days ago, I had thought about that. I had remembered it, came across my mind. So I'm sitting here last night, and I saw something right down there, and I started to feel that itchiness again. And then I saw all the dancing in my room and shit. Well, see, I know better how to handle that shit than I did back then, okay? That shit would be on my chest for like days, okay? Gone immediately. Now, bitch, Monique, if that was you, which I think it was, let's see. Let me get back to my pendulum. Okay. What is yes? Okay. Stop. What is no? Okay. What's today? Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? Okay, so you see, yes, it's Wednesday. Okay. I don't know. Is today Sunday? Okay, so you see, no. Okay. Did that bitch Monique Gleazy's sister put that shit on my chest way back in the day? Yeah. Okay. Because they all participated, all the little cousins, okay, participated in this shit. Okay. Thank you. Last night, did the bitch come through, Monique, and put that shit on my chest again? Okay. Now, I remember one summer, this was back then, I saw this bitch in motherfucking Dollar Tree. The one on, it's closed now. On Cedar, where Whole Foods is. Cedar in Warrensville. That one's closed. I think they moved it to, well, it's a new one that opened on Mayfield, like in Lyndhurst. Is that Mayfield? Yeah, in Lyndhurst. I think they just kind of moved it there. Okay. But when I saw the bitch, when I saw your motherfucking ass, you was about as skinny as a fucking pencil, and you looked at me and your mouth hit the fucking floor. I don't know, I guess you all thought that I was supposed to be dead from all your evil workings. Ain't no need, y'all, just because I'm calling this bitch out for you all to act like that you all didn't participate, you didn't have anything to do with it, or that you were misled in any way because you weren't. I don't give a fuck what she told you. I just think I found it to be so interesting how all of y'all just talked about the girl so nasty and so deadly, and you couldn't stand her, and you hated her guts, and all of this type of shit. And then all of a sudden you're participating in this with her. And I said to myself, I can't imagine what she could have possibly said to them, or any of them negative about me that they would have found to be true. Okay. You didn't. If she did, you knew the bitch was lying. You just wanted to. You just didn't like me, which is fine. Okay. You don't like me, I don't have to like none of y'all neither. Okay. Like I said, when I came back here, I didn't come back here to join with family. I came back here to be here for a year, and I ended up staying. Okay. That's the way it goes. I had a whole life. I was here a couple years before I talked to any of you all for real like that. Okay. Now, I guess you call yourself helping your sister out. Okay. And the fake ass narrative that you all have of me, or that this bitch passed around about me, I guess with whomever, that I was some evil person and I was doing some evil things to her. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Or like somebody said, I clung to her. Are you fucking... Are you fucking kidding me? As if that bitch had anything to offer me in any way, shape, or form. All right. And I could talk about you so nasty and so bad. I was sitting there last night thinking to myself, I'm so glad I didn't go in this bitch's house. Bitch, you better be glad I didn't go. I'm talking about Monique. You better be glad I didn't go in your fucking house, bitch. Because according to all of them who went in your house was extremely nasty and disgusting. And I was like, well, why? Why is she living like that? Including your sister. And everybody was like, I don't know. I don't know why. And they was like, I was like, I don't want to go in there. And they was like, you don't want to go in there. Phoenix, all of y'all was like, you don't want to go in there. It's that nasty. So when you all moved into your grandmother's house after she died, and you turned her beautiful home, I really don't know what kind of person she was. I thought all I knew was she was an aunt. I know she had a little bit of a streak in her, but so did the lady who raised me. That, people have these mean streaks, and because I saw it one time. Okay, but generally, she came across as a nice woman to me. I couldn't tell you. Well, the lady who raised me, she has something to say about all of y'all. Okay, and she talked about how she could have a little bit of a streak in her and some things that she said. Okay, but whatever. That's her sister. Okay, so siblings are going to do that. But bitch, your motherfucking ass, Monique, you better be glad I didn't go into your trifling ass house. But like I said, I do know that when you moved into your grandmother's house, I mean, I just couldn't understand, like, how you go in somebody's house, because it was like that when you lived on Lamson, and there'd be, and I've said this multiple times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I just couldn't understand how you could have pets, but you let them shit and piss all over the house, but you don't clean it up. We're not talking about these doggy pads people use and shit, which I don't understand that either. But it's just like that shit has dog shit or cat piss or whatever the fuck that shit is, has been sitting there for days. How? How do you do that? So your sister Bleeding Z would tell me that you was doing it. You all would get these pets, take them, get them from whatever to nurse them back to care because some of them was abused and all of that type of thing. Okay, that's beautiful. But you're still abusing them. You understand what I'm saying? You're still abusing them. But you're not cleaning up all the crap, all the shit, all the piss. You're not cleaning it up. And I asked her, I said, well, I asked Bleeding Z, I said, why won't she clean it? I don't know, but I wanted to ask her, well, bitch, why don't you clean it? Now, when I was growing up, the lady who raised me, she ain't like animals. She ain't like animals. She damn sure didn't like having no animals in the house. She was, The most we could have would be like a turtle, a fish. I talked about this before because she didn't like that. She was like, animals don't belong in the house, okay? So I mentioned before, I had lovebirds one time, but not long because they kept escaping. And so we got rid of those. But we used to go to camp a lot. So we would be out in, the forest or whatever. And we would get little frogs, stuff like that. And she would let us keep them as pets because it's in a bowl, or a fish is in a bowl. But other than that, having an animal walk throughout the house, she didn't like that. And I remember when I lived in my grandmother's house, I said, okay, I never had a pet before, I'm going to get one. So I got a cat. And I just remember looking at that cat one time in my house because I wasn't used to it. I mean, I grew up with people who did it, but not in my own home, who had pets, but not in my own home. And I just remember looking at that cat thinking, ew. Ew, it's an animal in my house. You know what I'm saying? I got to clean up behind this motherfucker. And the cat hair all over the place and the hairballs they throw up. I thought it was gross. You understand what I'm saying? But I did like having the cat. Okay, but anyway. So when we were growing up, my sibling, I can't remember how, but he did get a dog. Okay, and she was like, fine, you can have that dog, but that dog can't never come in this house. So the only time she let us bring the dog in the house was on Christmas Day. Okay, we did not have, I shouldn't say we, he didn't have a dog long, but we kept the dog in the backyard. My sibling did not do shit to take care of that dog, but I did. I fed, it was like, it's not even my dog, but the dog needs to eat. So I fed the dog. And I remember one time, I don't know what happened to the dog, but some kind of way he broke his leg. My sibling didn't do anything, not one fucking thing, okay, to take that dog to nobody's vet, nothing to make, to fix the dog's leg. Okay, eventually it knit back together, but the dog had a limp. Okay, and I remember, like, our babysitters, they always had pets. Okay, well, they had a dog. Okay, Trouble was his name. I grew up with that dog. Okay, people that get so close to their pets, they don't like to call them a dog or a cat. Okay, but I don't know what else to call it. Okay, if anybody's watching. Okay, but anyway, because I know you're close to it and you love it, but that's what it is. Okay, so I don't know what else to call it. I can't call it human because I'd be lying. It's not human. It's a part of the family, I know, but it's still what it is. Okay, but anyway, I remember we were talking about this dog that my brother had, and they were kind of fussing at me, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you fussing at me? It's not my dog. He got that dog. Well, it's still a dog you should. I am feeding it. I feed the dog. He don't do shit. He don't pet the dog. He don't go out there play with. I think I saw him out there maybe twice playing with the dog. Play with the dog, nothing. I do. So don't fuss at me. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm doing. Okay. But anyway, when the dog, why don't you? Where am I supposed to take him? I don't know anything about that. That's his dog. He's supposed to be taking care of it. Well, anyway, he eventually sold the dog. Poor dog. The dog had limped the rest of his days. Okay. So that's what I'm saying with this bleeding. See, I asked her, I said, well, you know, I don't, if watch your sister letting the one who wants to put the shit on my chest and bother me, okay, why is she letting the animals shit and piss in the house? A cat's supposed to have a litter box. Where's the litter box? When the cat start doing that, that means someone's not cleaning the litter box. The cat gets pissed, and that cat will shit and piss wherever. Because, you know, cats are a certain kind of way. A dog, you're supposed to take the dog out. That's why I never had a dog, because I was like, I don't know how to train a dog, and I really don't feel as though I have, you know, the time to train him. And I know me, I'm not going to be out there walking the dog and all of that kind of thing. Okay, I get home from work, I'm chilling. My day is done. Okay, so that's why I said, okay, I'll get a cat. You know, because they don't need all that. But one thing a cat does need, all they want is you to keep their fucking litter box clean. So if the cat is now pissing and shitting in your fucking house on your carpet and whatnot, then that means that the litter box is not clean. You're not cleaning it out. I really like cats, though. You know, I really like how they take care of themselves, how they're so independent and self-sufficient. I like dogs, too, but I'm just saying I really like cats. I like how they move and maneuver, you know, in their world or whatever. Okay? So, bitch, don't, I'm telling you now. Now, when you did that shit before, you joined a little crew and you did that shit before, that shit would be on me for a couple of days. It was gone immediately because I got to work on your fucking ass. Okay? Now, what I realized is I was thinking at first, through all of this, I've had so many thoughts, oh, this one doing that, that one doing that, who, blah, 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 blah. I really didn't think a lot of this shit was this bleeding Zarita. I really didn't. Bitch, you know what you did. I'm done talking to your motherfucking ass. Done having you around. Moving on. Okay. I'm not going to have nobody in my life who's going to do no evil shit like that to me. Nobody. And you thought I didn't know that what you did. Okay. In regards to Philippe trying to bust my ass at the gym. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck you said to that nigga that pissed him off like that. You know, the ex, okay, and all of that. But nah, sis, go on and live your life. So a lot of this shit, I really didn't realize how much, when all that black magic and shit years later, all in my dreams and all of this kind of crazy ass. I was like, the fuck is this shit, okay? But the more and more things are revealed, I'm like, this was all her. Now I can't say everything. The lady who raised me, she had her agenda on me long before this bitch before you was even a fucking thought. Okay, my dad, whatever role he played concerning my birth mother and all of that, and all of that type of shit, long before, bitch, you was even a fucking thought. But what you did and had been doing, you had been all them years, all of those fucking years that you were around me. Not me clinging onto your fucking ass. Are you fucking nuts? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would I cling on to somebody who ain't been nowhere, ain't done nothing but hoe, cry, play victim, do evil shit to people, and then try to act like you're so oblivious and what I mean, okay. You had been lying about me all of them years that you was coming in my house, eating my food, laughing with me, smiling your face all the time. You wanted to take my place. You a backstabber. Backstabber. It was be like times that just see this stuff be coming to me. You know, some of this stuff came to me a few weeks ago, months ago. I just didn't say anything. Some of it more recent. Because you keep coming around. First, I'm gonna say this: when I was dating that dude that you got caught up with the shit, Prophet, things were going fine. I mean, the first beginning stages of the relationship was kind of rocky, but over time things, settled. We were getting to know each other and whatnot. He probably really, I don't know. I don't think he really liked me like that. Now I look back on it, and I don't think he really did. I think he just liked somebody taking care of him, and showing him some care and affection, beyond screwing. But I really don't think he, and that's okay. I mean, when a person doesn't like you, it's so funny. Like sometimes, like when I do my psychic app, one of the questions so many people ask us when they're dating someone or they meet someone, what do they think about me, right? And a lot of times it gets on my nerve. I think to myself, who cares what they think about you? What do you think about you? But of course, I ask that question too. That's the human part of us, okay? Because if you like someone, you want them to like you too. But if a person does not like you, no matter who it is, that is not a commentary on you or that you need to change who you are. No, that's just them, because it's going to be people you don't like. It's gonna be people that you don't like. So it's okay. You may like that person, but if they're not feeling you like that, they don't like you like that, it doesn't matter. Even if it's just a friendship, it's really okay. They have a right to not like you. They have a right to, that's how they feel. And you don't really want to or need to be around an energy that doesn't like you. What I do think is strange though is people who stay around people and eat with people and hang out with people that they don't like. Now that person needs to take a look at themselves. Like, why would you hang out with somebody that you don't like? Why would you date somebody you don't like? Why would you be in a whole relationship with somebody that you don't like? Well, if you are, it's probably because you're getting something out of it, some kind of benefit, that you're getting out of it. So, which I think is, weird, selfish, and it's kind of silly and it's wrong. So, because if I never had a problem. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna be around you. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna. You'll be hard pressed to get a hello out of me. Now, if you say hi first, I'm gonna always speak, but I'm not obligated to at all. No one is. But anyway, over time, I'm thinking things is going good. And then he started saying something to me that every blue moon he would say it, and then he started saying it a lot. And I was like, what is he trying to say? But I never asked him because it just didn't make any sense to me. I don't care what it would be, how little or how great. He would say to me, ain't nothing slick to a can of oil. And first time I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what that means. And I think I asked him one day, what do you mean by that? And of course, he didn't have no real answer. Just be like, well, ghetto nigga speak. Okay. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck this nigga's talking about. But okay. But he kept saying it more and more often. And I was like thinking to myself, is he trying to say that I'm trying to play some game on him or something? But I didn't say anything. Ain't nothing slick to a can. I mean, I don't care if it would just be over nothing. I ain't talking about nothing major. Nothing. Ain't nothing slick to a can of oil. you know. Like I said, niggas speak. Ghetto niggas speak. I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But okay. Well, I realized through all of this, during the time that you was sneaking around with Bleeding Z and fucking, and I keep having this vision of this bitch in my bed with you, in my fucking house. I keep having that vision of this bitch in my fucking bed, fucking your motherfucking ass. Didn't before, but I keep having it lately. But anyway, I realized, I said, oh, this is when she was fucking him. When me and him was supposed to be in a relationship. She was saying things to him, lying to him about me, saying that I was doing things behind his back. Now, let me see. Is that true? Is that what that bitch was doing? Okay. All right. Yeah. I said, that's why he kept saying that shit to me. I totally forgot about this. See, a lot of this shit, I haven't thought about it in years, but because you keep coming around, Ms. Rita, and you've done all this dirty shit, and you keep coming around with your monitoring spirits and all of this shit. So all of this, I see what the bitch was doing. Thing about it is, the only person that cares is you. Because you put yourself in some kind of contest with me, and to make everyone think that I'm you, like I've done, and telling and have lied to people and told them that I was doing things to you, some evil shit to you. And like, I guess what your name said, like I was clinging to you. Okay. So I kind of laughed. I said, it's something that someone who is fucking my cousin, because I thought the bitch was my cousin, behind my back, is telling me that ain't nothing slick to a can of oil. And I did think to myself, well, I guess he thinks I'm doing something, or I don't know, maybe he think I'm playing him or something. And I used to tell him, I'm like, what, how, what do you have? Now I could see if you have money, you had influence. This man was squatting in a house that I was trying to help him try to get the house, because it was his mother's house. Every time he got paid, because of his situation with his child support. I mean, life may be different for him now, but we're gonna revisit this. I mean, he walked away with about $60, and he would, every time he got paid, it was cute. He would be like, can I take you to the movies? Nigga didn't have a dime. Okay, can I take you to the movies? To the movies, because I mean, I tried to don't worry, take care of yourself, and he was like, no, I have to, in a relationship, I have to be able to do something for you. I was like, okay, so we go to the movies and some shit like that, and then he'd be like, can I buy you some wings or something like that? Then we go out to eat somewhere, get some chicken wings or some shit. Okay, cool. I was like, well, that that's all he can do. He doesn't have he's in a fucked up situation. Every time because he did work, he wasn't, like just a bum on the street. He was a bum, but not only was working. And I'm like, okay, cool. But it's just interesting. I just, you know that you fucking my cousin behind my back. You know that you fucking her. Was Prophet and Zarita fucking each other behind my back when me and him were in a steady relationship? Yes. So you know that you're fucking her behind my back, but you telling me that I'm doing something to you, basically, is what you're saying. Because when he started saying that shit to me, I was thinking to myself, I think we've been together long enough to know that I'm not doing anything to you. Nigga, you don't have, and I was saying it to him, it like, you don't have no money. It ain't like I'm after your fucking money. You don't have anything. And he would get mad. He wouldn't say anything, but I could see it all over his face and in his interview. He's pissed. You could be pissed. But you're trying to make out like, in some way, shape, or form, like I'm doing something to you. Based on what would I be doing anything to you for? You don't have shit. You don't have a fucking dime. The most you can do for me is take me to a cheap movie and buy a couple of wings, which I'm grateful for. I'm doing it all for you. Okay? Whatever. That was then. This is now. But you fucking the hoe. And even if the bitch is telling you that I'm doing something behind your back or doing something to you, if we're in a relationship, why aren't you asking me if it's true? Or why aren't you telling me this bitch done told me? Or maybe they told you they was going to pay you. Somebody told you was going to get paid and you was going to get some status and you was going to get some whatever. So you just went with it. And I remember, I mentioned this before, when he started acting really weird and strange, and I broke up with him, and he called me one day 19 times. I said, now this is not the shit that I want to have in my fucking life. This motherfucker done called me 19 times today. Motherfucker, I said relationship, but this nigga done called me 19 fucking times. That's when you get into that, no, okay, this person is a nut. I don't know, maybe Zarita told you to call me 19 times. Call her. I don't know. But anyway, it was a play one night, because that's what he did, worked at the theater. So I was waiting for him. I guess I picked him up or whatever. This is when he was acting evil. I mean, the motherfucker was acting evil as shit. I don't know. I think this was before the 19 calls day or whatever. I don't remember exactly how, the order of everything. But we were walking to the car and he was being real evil, real nasty and evil. I had never seen him that way before. It don't mean anything. It's just now you're getting to see who and what he is. And I looked back at his face because I was like, bitch, watch your fucking back. This nigga is being violent towards you. I mean, all in the parking lot, this motherfucker didn't give a fuck. And I looked, I said, look, he looked like he got a demon on him. He did. Now, I thought about this for a while ago. I said, oh, that was from Bleeding Z. She put that shit on his fucking ass. It was a demon on his fucking ass, but he was open to it. I mean, they was having a ball. They was having so much fun being, fucking each other behind my back, thinking, oh, she's so stupid. She doesn't know. That's what Miss Bleeding Z thought. She's just so dumb. She's not like me. She's not as advanced and sexy as me and progressive as me. Okay. And this is what it means to be a woman. Okay. But anyway, so I realized, bitch, half the shit, because since I had come back here, like I said, this woman who raised me was the one who told me, go on and spend time with her. Because when I moved back here, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about none of y'all. I damn sure wasn't thinking about her. Like I said, I got invited. I was still kind of in the church, kind of not in the church. Okay, but the church folks thought I was. So they called me and asked me to preach at a youth conference at this church. I'm on my way getting ready, and everything. Why don't you call Zarita and ask her, does she want to go? Go spend time with her. And I looked, I said, oh, okay, all right. Do she go to church? She said, I don't know. It don't matter. Go on and spend time with her. So I'm thinking that's probably where they started the shit. As far as that heifer is concerned. I don't know. Unfortunately, I went and got her. Part of me really was thinking, well, I can do this by myself. I don't need to, pick nobody up and go with me. Go on and spend time with the girl. All right. Now, I'm not going to say anything was a big mistake. Okay. God knows all things. But basically, back to what I was saying about that motherfucker. I realized now, that's what he was alluding to, that this bitch, Zarita, was lying to him, telling him that I was doing things to him that I wasn't. So I remember one time we was talking and I told her, I said, I don't know, you sitting up there all on this Facebook and I don't know, I got an issue with that. And I can't remember what else I said. I said, yeah, well, I know he ain't your type. You don't like nothing like him. And she got mad. I'm thinking, why would you get mad? You always talking about you want a white man with money and this nigga, he's definitely not white and he definitely don't have a dime. It wasn't about that. It was about me being in some kind of competition with me. And I'm better than you, and I'm sexier than you, and I'm hotter than you, and I'm going to show you. And okay. So what you had been doing, it hit me. Every situation, negative situation that you had here, people, she was behind it. You were behind it, Ms. Zarita. Now, I can't say every single one, but I'm going to say, let me see what my pendulum say. Was the majority of the situations I had with people here that met this bitch Zarita, who I knew, who she met through me, was it because of her? Mm-hmm. None of this shit is new. I'm realizing. What about 90%? Can we say 90%? No. More, greater percent? Look at that shit. Let's see, 95%, about 95%. Everybody's gone but me. About 95% of the issues that I had with people, I can't talk about them church folks like the girl I was talking about the other day. What was that, last night or the night before last? Who you did, y'all? You came through and I'm going to blow light these candles on this bitch. I don't know why you're mad, ma'am. It's just this, and even with that, there was one girl in the church. Her family came later, and me and her befriended each other for a few years. And we were talking about it, and she said, Nikki, those kids' parents did that. They parents told them to treat you like that. And the only person behind that would be the lady who raised me. It's just your whole family's a fucking problem. Y'all some problematic folk. And the interesting thing is, the lady who raised me would talk about y'all and how much of a problem y'all was. But I guess she had to be the godmother, like the godfather. Like she was running some kind of fucking, what you call it? I don't know, mob shit. Anyway. So one day, recently, I was thinking about someone here that I met years ago. This man makes jewelry. I met him at the Dollar General on Eddy Road in Euclid in East Cleveland before it burned down. I went in there His mouth dropped. Me and him got to talking. He told me made jewelry and whatnot. I don't think he lives here now. I don't know. The jewelry was, with the stones and the wire and all that, real nice. Some of it I didn't like. Some of it I did like. I made the huge mistake. The one that user reader said you let him pee all up in your fucking car. Anyway, well, I shouldn't say it like that. You said he peed in your car overnight because you let him sleep in your car overnight. Whatever that's all about. I met this man. What color should I do? And introduced your fucking ass, this bitch, to him. He was real nice to me. He was just like Pissies. When I first talked to Pissies and met Pissies, I didn't talk to him much, but when I would talk to Pissies up in that gym, Pissies was real nice. You was real nice to me, Pissies. You never were disrespectful to me. You never talked to me out of turn, out of the way. You always talked to me, oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, real nice. Well, I didn't think much of it, but okay, Then all of a sudden, after the bleeder comes around, all of a sudden, you start treating me like shit. And I'm just like, what happened? I was just so naive and so fucking green. I was just like, what? Why he just started talking to me so nasty? He didn't talk to me like that before. The few times that I had a piece of a conversation with him. But after your motherfucking ass came around that gym, all of a sudden he's talking to me like with all this hate and animosity. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I do to this motherfucker? Okay? What did I do to him? Just so angry, twisted whenever I just came in the room. Like, his whole body just couldn't. I'm looking at him like, the fuck is wrong with him? Maybe he's having a hard day today. But only after Zarita came around. As much as I can't stand Marbles either, I think Marbles had a little bit more sense when it came to that, because he didn't do that. And that nigga didn't care if I was working for him or not. Fire a bitch in a minute. He don't give a fuck. So it wasn't because I was working for him. That nigga find anybody to do that shit I was doing. Sitting at the desk, good morning, or whatever. So that ain't had nothing to do with it. No. He probably listened to her bullshit lies and was like, the bitch is a liar. But I'll fuck her anyway. But anyway, back to the jewelry guy. Well, he real nice to me and everything nice. And then all of a sudden, his attitude toward me got real, like, hostile. Just like Pissies. Just real hostile. And I told her, I was like, I don't know. He just started talking to me kind of nasty, whatever. I think it was on Facebook or some shit like that. I was like, I don't know why. I don't know. And now I realized, oh, you had been going around. All the people that I knew that I introduced your little low-life ass to, you lied to these people about me. Let me see. All the people that I knew that I introduced to Zarita, she lied to these people about me, yes. All them times that you was coming in my house, eating my food, hanging out with me, repeating everything that I said to you as though it was you. You were lying to those people about me, and you were telling those people that I was doing things to you that I was not doing, that you were doing to me, Or you were just lying and making up shit about me. She this and she that, and this what she do, and she this and she that. Now, let me see. Did this bitch tell people I was a prostitute? Mm-hmm. But yet you would sleep with anything that moved, including those people. And not one of those people did I ever have sex with. I wonder, did you tell people that I met some woman at the bus stop? And then went home with her, took her to my house and had oral sex with this woman. Let me see. Did she tell people that? Did Zarita tell people that I did that? Mm-hmm. Did I do that? Did Zarita do that? I bet you don't know from Adam. So I sat here, I said to myself, you know what? When Crazy over there first made that video, I should have listened to that shit. What she say over there? Tell you what's it's nasty. It's nasty. She up there doing some nasty stuff. Let me tell you about what's going on in Cleveland, Ohio. A real busybody. I was like, I'm not, because I didn't know where the shit was coming from. I thought the bitch was just mad because she was trying to get with them niggas. I was like, I'm not about to listen to this bullshit. But now, one day I was like, oh, you should have listened to that shit. Because you would have heard every story that she told, probably. Because you know the dirty, nasty shit Zarita has done. And you would have realized right then and there, oh, this bitch done got in touch with her and told her all the nasty shit that she's done, that's me. I see. So when she said she clung to an earth angel, see, what she did was switch the shit around, Miss Zarita. Yeah, she did cling to an earth angel, me. And how many years later, I think, when did Pissies throw me out the gym? 2017. And it's 2026. 9 years later. And she's still clinging. With her monitoring spirits, continuing to lie. With the nasty ass, silly ass, stupid ass comments on my social media. Somebody I don't talk to. Just got a whole notebook on my life. So when that term came up, single black female, that bitch was right. She put that shit on the wrong person. Zarita is single black female. You got that shit right. I was going real hard on your motherfucking ass. But that was deserved. Because, see, people were promised money. It's a good color to go with orange. Maybe I do this green. People were promised money to join her. She promised these people money. Now, I don't know about back then. I'm talking about way back. Because that guy that I talked about just now, the jeweler, oh, that was so long ago. That was long before I even met the motherfucking prophet. Long before that. So, bitch, you've been going around lying about me to people. Your couple of friends, or whoever, people that I knew, that I met, who I was forming a relationship with, that I introduced you to, because I thought maybe you might be worth something. But I see now that you're not, that you weren't. And you were lying. You got in these people's ears some kind of way. And so you've been lying about me all over town for fucking years. Years. Because you're jealous. And you have this thing that someone is in some kind, that you're in a competition with me, that you're better than me, and blah, 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 blah. Now I'm going to show a picture. And this picture I'm going to show is to give I got some pictures when I was young, that I was like, woo. When you be like a little preteen, you be in an in-between stage. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of a little ugly duckling. You know what I mean? It's in between. You going from the being little kid, the cute little kid, to now becoming a teenager to an adult. So you be going through these rough patches, how you look. But bitch, you wasn't no preteen in this picture. This is just to give. I don't give a fuck what you say or do, bitch. This is just to give a realistic depiction of your spirit. And you can call who you want to call and talk your bullshit till the cows come home. It's so funny. You got people, you went and told people that you would pay them to help you attack me. Now, you may not have used those words, but you just may have. One of the things that you were saying probably was that I was doing something to you. Are you fucking nuts? But anybody, and this is for anybody, who tells people that someone is doing something to them, would you help me attack that person? It's clear right then and there that that person is not doing anything to them. Unless people just want to attack. And sometimes that's just people that just want to do it. They like it. It's fun to them to attack someone, to try to bring someone down, to try to destroy their life. Some of y'all love doing that. It's fun for you. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe you just evil-hearted. Maybe you don't have anything else to do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't like that person. But it's not because you believe a person's lies. Nope. Because a sound person would say, if that person is doing something to you, then maybe you should call the police. Or maybe you should do something legally or whatever, or whatever. Maybe you can talk to that person and confront them and handle it, in an intelligent way. Not, come on, y'all, this bitch is attacking me. Help me do some black magic witchcraft on this person to destroy their fucking life. And then you have made the worst decisions of ever. Ever. That what you did, and you have, I'm talking about for your life. And what you have done is you've gone around and you told people that all of that shit that you've done to destroy your life, to ruin your life because you don't like yourself, for whatever reason, you said that someone else did it. You said that I did it, which means to make me look bad, which means that that those choices and decisions you made for your life were dirty, rotten, and disgusting, and that you just a low viber, and you're so fucking hard-headed, like your cousin Karima said, your head is hard as a fucking brick wall, although she participated in the shit too. You just refuse to listen to anyone, and you refuse to learn. I said, I guess what she probably did was when she went to her little professional things, to her therapy and whatnot, she told these people, gave them my name and said that I was doing things to her, to these white folks that she went to, the therapist or what, the black ones, whatever. Did she tell her therapist really that I was doing things to her? Mm-hmm. That's why you still fucked up. Now, I used to be an adjunct professor at Tri-C, Metro, and West, and Lakeland. Lakeland, I quit on my own. It wasn't so much I quit, I did quit. But when you do, uh, how it is the STRS, the retirement system, or whatever. I needed some money. I couldn't go into it. You can't be under contract. And I was under contract and I needed money for something my daughter wanted to do. So I quit so that I could make my daughter's little dream come true so I can get the money. Metro, I was working at Metro. And all of a sudden, they weren't giving me any more fucking classes. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm calling, asking, no, you still on list. Everything is fine. You still like, yeah, but y'all ain't giving me no classes. There's a reason call my job, try to see and tell them some nasty negative things about me to make them stop giving me. Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. Whatever she told them, was any of it true? See how rotten and disgusting you are? That night, that woman said to me, why don't you go get Zarita? Spend some time with her. Something in me was just, I didn't even know the bitch. I see the bitch since he was a kid. Something in me was just, I remember thinking to myself, I don't know if I want to do that. I remember thinking that, I don't know if I need to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. But I'm thinking, well, what harm could it be? Motherfuckers, pay attention to yourselves. And the reason you're so mad, to this day, you can't get over it. The fact that I said, you can't come in, you can't be in my life. I wasn't supposed to find out none of that shit. Crazy as Rashiati is, she broke it down, bitch. The bitch don't love you, bitch. And that the bitch broke down crying when she said, I'm like, what the fuck are you? Why are you crying? Because she felt the hatred that you had for me. Crazy she is. She felt that shit. But like I said, something in me was like, bitch, don't stay away. Don't go get the bitch. But I did. I'm going to show you a fucking picture of this bitch. I'm showing you the spirit. And this is who the fuck I've been dealing with all this. You're, like I was saying, you're so fucking mad because I cut you up out of my energy and wouldn't allow you. See, all I knew was I said, this bitch, this motherfucker ain't had no issue with me. But you're on the phone basically telling me that you're going in the side door at night, which if you want to go in the side door, whatever these niggas got going on in this gym, which I think pretty much everybody knew that. Whatever they got going on in this gym after hours, you are a part of it. If you want to do that, fine. But the problem is, this is my job. I was making $9 an hour, y'all. That's how much he was paying, and that's cool. I didn't, he gave me a job. Shit, I needed one. That was when I quit Lakeland to get the money out of my retirement for my daughter. I was like, well, I need to make some money because you imagine, Giles, I taught religious studies. What was it? Comparative world religion. That once they get somebody in there, people be so happy. They'll be in there for years. Once you walk away, that's it. If I hadn't walked away, I'd probably still be doing it to this day. So I couldn't get back in. It wasn't like a math class, something like that, where they had a whole bunch of them. No, it was that one. They got somebody immediately. So I was at the gym. I asked Bill, you got a job? Can I work here? I need a job. Shit. Okay. Give me the fucking job. still my job. But niggas don't, I ain't talking about black people. Niggas. You a nigga, bitch. You a nigga. This is still my fucking job. Now, if you want to come in here, screw him and the girls and screw everybody, fine, bitch. Do you. But, bitch, you're causing drama here. Because I'm sitting here like, why is this motherfucker pissed with me? What did I do to him? And then when that nigga threw me up out that gym, that nigga was, you was mad than a motherfucker. And I mean, it had been going on for days. I'm like, what is his problem? It was obvious agitation. And when I walked to the top of them steps, when I walked up out of there, the first name that popped in my head was yours, bitch. This bitch had everything to do with what just happened. Everything. Now, there was a couple of silly ass bitches in there, but you probably was hooked up with all of them. Because, see, I was there. That was my job. I didn't have no problem with nobody there. There may have been some people I didn't like, or some people who said some out the way shit or rolled their eyes at me. You know, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what people do. I like people. I'm a jovial person. I'm happy. As a matter of fact, the one sister said, Hoodie, she was like, you the right person to be sitting here. You got a nice smile. You're friendly to everybody walking the door. Yeah. Thank you. I ain't no fucking stick in the mud, despite what you all think. That's why, bitch, that's one reason why you mad. And I said, you know, I realized right there, I said, that's a dangerous hoe. You're the type of bitch that you set up a woman to get raped. You set them up for that. A person whose face you smiling in. And you told, like I said, you told me in that other one that you had an issue with jealousy. You just jealous. Because you don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to be friendly. You don't know how to be open. Because you don't know how to be yourself. And I saw that you had that issue, but whatever. Okay, whatever. I was just, didn't have to think. You know, there used to be these life lessons. That's why I go so hard with my readings. Don't go back to these people who have done this shit to you. I don't give a fuck. Don't. If you want to, do what you want to do. I won't. I ain't even end up, lady who died, I wrote a letter, she wrote me back, call me. No, I'm not calling you ever. I'm never talking to you again. You have betrayed me beyond belief. I said what I said. I closed it out. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. I appreciate it. Because I could have easily got lost in the system with whatever bullshit my dad had going on. Because I really think that he plays a huge, huge role in all of this. Not 100. It ain't all just him though. And I had a reader basically tell me that, and I didn't quite believe her, because I was like, I don't see how. Now I'm seeing it. But anyway. And you're fucking mad. You're still 9 years later. You're still fucking mad because right there. I said I'll never talk to this bitch again. This nigga was so fucking mad at me. I mean, like I was really, when the nigga, you had me cornered. I'm in the corner getting my shit, and you had your arms out like this. Like you, and I said, I certainly hope he doesn't hit me. And when a man does that in front of a whole bunch of fucking people, like there's 30, 40 people down there, you zooted it out of your fucking mind. You got an image and everything. But I could have easily went through with the whole legal shit, but I didn't. Because I knew nobody gonna vouch for me. Nobody was. Because of you and your status and your dick. I knew that. So I was just, the mama gonna hate me and all this kind of stuff. Fuck it. Now I'm a different person. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would go through with it. But I knew you Zarita, you were behind that. You the kind of person, you the kind of bitch, you set a woman up to get raped. And you'll be sitting up there smiling, going home, smiling and laughing. And you thought in your little Peasley fucking brain that you was gonna keep being able to do that shit to me over. And I used to say to this bitch, somebody that did something to me, I don't know who it is, but somebody that did something to me, something ain't right. And she said, and it's you. Oh, a great part of it was you. I don't know, maybe the lady who raised me, maybe that was all y'all playing. I don't know, but you had your own little fucking agenda. Which is so weird to me. The bitch didn't even like you. Okay, I shouldn't call her a bitch, forgive me. The lady didn't like you. She didn't like you. She didn't like your mama. She didn't like none of y'all. She didn't like too many people. She didn't have to say it. But she damn sure didn't like your motherfucking ass, bitch. And you thought that all your little nasty shit and all your fucking lies, you've been lying on me for years, coming in my house, eating my food, talking to me talking to you, you asking me 1,000 million questions about your life, and read this for me, and Nikki, I got this problem, and Nikki, like I said before, 24 fucking 7. But the whole time, you doing all of the evil shit behind my fucking back. And you still keep coming around here with your monitoring spirit, your silly ass comment. Come on with some more of your fucking comments. Telling the good white folk and everything that I did something evil to you. Had Tia fucked her up all up in the shit. Well, she had her own agenda. Oh, and whoever the fuck else. And I'm supposed to be down and out. But you telling the bitch over there I'm sick. I'm going to show y'all a picture. This is when I graduated from graduate school. I went to the Interdenominational Theological Center in Atlanta, and I graduated cum laude. I talked about that before. As far as my quote-unquote past is concerned, I ain't never been on drugs. I ain't never been no prostitute. I ain't never been no alcoholic. I never did no shit like that. I lived an upright fucking life. Why? One reason, because that's who I am. Reason number one. Reason number two, because the woman who raised me, again, I thought she was my mother, but she did raise me with some integrity. Even though she was doing her little evil shit in the background. She was one of them covert people, like I said before. But she raised me with some integrity. Taught me, to love myself in so many words. Unlike your fucking mother. Who know, Denise, she didn't like your motherfucking ass either. She talked about your motherfucking ass and told me you was so dirty and nasty and had such a nasty attitude. That's why when you couldn't get the promotion you was wanting to get at Cleveland Clinic. See, she talked about all you motherfuckers. Even though she was planning and scheming with you. Or got you involved in her little plan and scheme. To hurt me, to steal from me. But she didn't like your motherfucking ass neither. She didn't like none of y'all. Like she told me, she said, I ain't like them. I ain't never been like them. But, I don't know. I don't know how rotten and I know a little bit, but she know a lot more about how rotten and disgusting you all are. But she made it clear, I ain't them. I ain't never been like them. But bitch, you've been doing that shit for fucking years to me. Now this is when I graduated again. You went to study international business, which was my first major at Howard. Like I said, you got a whole notebook on my fucking life. I told you so much about me. This is bitch. Look at your fucking face. Look at your fucking face. That's me. And you telling people, how old was I when I graduated? I was 29 maybe when I graduated. Or 30, something like that. 28. Had lived so many different places, so many experiences, met so many different people from all over the place, all over the fucking world, up to at that point. And you're telling people with that football neck and that face that speaks of nothing but depression because of your mama. And the people's faces I got scratched out only because tape on there. So don't nobody think I scratched y'all faces out. I didn't want y'all to show y'all's faces in the video. That I clung on to your rotten ass, your miserable, hateful, depressed ass. And that I wanted to be like that, like you. And that I did things to you to hurt you. And here you were doing it to me. Now, I ain't gonna put the shit back up there. You can go back through and watch it again and pause it. If I hadn't have been in your life, you'd still be walking around looking just like that. You look like a fucking miserable football player. Just, you look pitiful and disgusting. And that's still who you are. I don't care what makeup you put on. I don't care how many times you go to whatever doctor to cut all up on your fucking body and you take Ozempic. I'm like, what are you fucking loon? Who does that? That's serious self-hatred. You gonna take Ozempic and do something to cut up on your body? Meddling in your fucking business, bitch. And every single person that I ever introduced you to, you went and lied to these people about me, went in my office and got all kind of information about me, wrote my life in a whole fucking notebook, and you lied about me all, and I'm meddling in. You don't have no business. And that's why you're still fucking mad. And have the nerve to be arrogant on top of that. And that's what you did. I even thought about it. I said I should go back and listen to the bitch video, but I'm not. Letting men fuck you in the bathroom with a job. Getting caught up in trap houses. Letting people put shit inside of you and all of that type of shit to the point where you got to go to the hospital and the doctor and you got a boyfriend, but you don't even know what the fuck they did to you. You told him that was me? I don't even look like, I don't even carry that energy. But whatever you did, you told people, because I was like, what the fuck? There was a few more people. I could, it was cool. What happened? All of a sudden, so anything that you told people that I did to you, if you people that's gonna watch or watching, you say to whatever, I know the truth. You can know now. Oh, she's the one who did that to her. Exactly. Just like that movie. Single black female, single white female. Just like the girl said. She just had it fucking twisted. But that bitch knew what she was up to. like I was saying, as far as my quote unquote past, I ain't never been on drugs. I ain't never none of that shit. And the lady, she was doing her dirt. She raised me with some fucking sense because for her, it would be regardless of what she might have been doing in the background. She had enough fucking sense and love for herself that she wasn't gonna have no child of hers or nobody that was calling her mom walk up out of her house being a goddamn fool and embarrassing her. Your mother wants you to be an embarrassment to yourself because she hates your fucking guts. I don't know why. And so dirty and nasty and rotten. Anybody that lets animals shit in it and shit and piss all over their fucking house can just collect them like they fucking collectible items or whatever and then let them shit and piss all over their fucking house. It's a mental problem. You're a dirty person. And then invite people over to eat. Though none of y'all cook like your grandmother did. She could cook. She was a fucking cook. And I'm sure you bring her nothing but shame. Because you're a shameful person. Yeah, I looked, I realized, I said, oh, this bitch been lying. Bitch, she been talking about you, gossiping about you, lying about you all over town for years, bitch. She been doing this to you for years. All them years. Before you went to the gym, before you got the boyfriend, all of that shit, bitch. For some people, I could say, well, they didn't really know me like that. The boyfriend, your motherfucking ass did. I wondered that day, the night before you put your hands on me, we was at your aunt's house. And even she was looking like, something ain't right. Yeah, what the fuck going on with them two? And you was evil as fuck the whole time. You got on the phone with somebody and I looked, I said, who the fuck is he talking to? Let's see. When he was on the phone that night at his aunt's house, Prophet, was he talking to Zarita when I saw him? I was executing y'all little dirty ass plan then. Now, bitch, let me tell you something. Both of you motherfuckers. I've said it, I'm going to say it again. I don't give a fuck. That is one person. Include you. But definitely him. Who would have never, ever been a thought in my mind again. You people that like to be violent with people that are loving to you. You're not worth a person's second thought. Now, bitch, you just can keep on with all your little low vibrational shit and thinking that you're tough and scary because you practice black magic. You want to do the Ouija board with me? No, bitch. Maybe you got him to do it with you. Maybe that's why he was walking around with that demon on him that night. I don't give a fuck what lies you've told. My life speaks for itself. She ain't done no work. Okay. Honey, people that's watching, when your mind tell you to do something or to not do something or to stay away from somebody, follow your first mind. No woman told me, go get something, said to me, bitch, just go by yourself. Well, see my mama. Maybe I should. Probably couldn't hurt nothing. And you have been trying your damnedest to make people think that you are something and somebody, and using me as a marker to prove to people that you're worth something and that you're somebody, and using me as a marker by lying to people about me and trying to ruin my reputation. Bitch, you fucking kidding me? Thank God my reputation goes far beyond that little crowd of people that I had been around since I knew your little trifling ass. All right, I'll come back later with more.